Hello everyone, it's Andy Glenn here, welcoming you all to another Sharks TV podcast. And this time it's a regular guest on our show. It's Liam Stenton. Liam, how are you doing?
I'm good, Andy. Thank you. Thanks for having me on again.
It's nice. You're never away from this room, really, are you?
Nah, I enjoy it, to be fair. It's I like looking at that camera.
Well, you know, I'm going to talk about it right now then, because you're Mr. Handsome on the on the team, surely.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I get that king, that crown for that king yet. I think there's a couple of boys maybe above me, to be fair.
Oh, you're just being modest again. When I watch all these TikToks, if you've not watched the TikTok channel, why not go onto TikTok? There's loads of little Sharks things on there. Some of them are really quite funny, and then they ask the players all sorts of questions about who's the best looking and who's the best dressed, and your name keeps coming up. And I'm trying to wonder, are you the only defenseman in the team that's still got his own teeth?
Well, I think about it. I think I might be one of the. If not, nah. I think McGill's got his own teeth. Obviously, Kel got one broken a couple of weeks ago.
Oh
yeah. Danko's got a full set of fake teeth.
Well, he's been to Turkey for his teeth, surely, has he not?
I'm not sure about Roscoe. Struan's, I think they're all his. Kersey's got a fake one at the front. Arce, I think, again.
My theories just went out the window. Everybody's got their own teeth, haven't they? Just about 50-50?
Maybe about 50-50. We'll go with that. Right. I'm one of them, though.
Well, you're obviously a poster boy, and you've been doing some stuff in the schools today, haven't you?
Yeah, just back from Annan at Newington Primary, so that was good fun. Me and Curtis went down. But yeah, I'm pretty much running them all. I really enjoy it, to be fair. It's good to get us seeing around the community, and I mean, I love working with the kids as well. I mean, I don't think I could do many more than a couple hours. But they do get on your nerves a little bit, so fair play to the teachers out there. Obviously my girlfriend Ellie, she's studying to be a teacher as well, so maybe I'm getting a little bit from her when she's sitting at home doing all her work. I'm kind of picking up a few things, but yeah, I really enjoy it. The kids love it as well, which is kind of the main thing for me. And
we're seeing more and more kids at the rink as well, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first couple of schools we went to, John Dunbar, he's been organising them, I've been running them. He came with me a couple of times, as well as a lot of the other boys. But yeah, we gave out a couple of free tickets the first couple of weeks, and brought some people in. The teachers came along with some of their family friends and friends from the school. So that was good to get a bunch of them in, and a lot of them have been coming back, which is the main thing, which is what we do it for.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot more people coming in these days, isn't there? Because I don't know if you're going to be able to give away many more free tickets, because I mean, as we record this, we've got Milton Keynes weekend coming up, and obviously the Valentines Day shirts behind are looking quite good, aren't they? Yeah,
I really like them, to be fair. John Strange showed me one of them earlier before I went out to the school, and yeah, I really like them. Might have to bid for my own one, to be fair.
You're going to have to bid for your own, to be fair. Right, there you go. If you're wanting Liam's, get us a Christmas present, or maybe Ailey will buy it for you as a Valentine's gift.
Maybe she will.
I've just put the idea on there, right? There we go. Anyway, what we're talking about, some of the kids coming. There's not that many tickets left for the games at the weekend. Milton Keynes bringing up nearly 200 fans from what I can hear. It's going to be some weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be busy. I mean, Milton Keynes obviously coming up for the two games. Some of the fans will get a hotel and they'll stay over and come to the one on Sunday as well, which is good. I mean, it's always good to see an away crowd in the building, filling out some of the sections, and then obviously our home fans taking up the rest of the building, making a lot more noise than them, which is good. And I mean, the fans have been great this year so far, sticking with us. I mean, we've been through a couple of tough stretches, obviously at the start of the year. Wasn't how we wanted to start, but I mean, the fans stuck with us, and obviously we got that record. What was it, 8-4-4, just before we went on the road, on the run on the road even. But yeah, we've been doing really well with the crowds. The fans have been great, like I said, and just keep coming along and supporting the boys.
I think it's more than numbers, though. It's also the noise.
100%. I mean, John Strange took the brunt for it, but he started on the vuvuzelas, the horns, and I mean, they've been helpful. You can definitely hear that on the bench. Sometimes can't even hear Craigie or the announcer saying anything on the mic. But yeah, it's been good. The noise has been good. Like you said, the noise level's been up a lot from when I was here before. And yeah, I'm really enjoying playing in front of the guys.
Absolutely. Well, I believe you bought another 200 of these vuvuzela horns for this weekend. Sold 80 last time. So guess what? It's going to be even louder. And of course, Milton Keynes fans, they're probably the loudest in the league. Well, Leeds will probably want to disagree with me, but Milton Keynes away is a nice environment to play in, isn't it?
It is. It's a tough environment to play in because they're never cheering for you. But yeah, they get, I don't know, about 2,000 fans maybe for every game, which is amazing for them. But yeah, it's a tough place to play. Their fans are noisy. they definitely get behind the boys. So it's tough. It's tough to play, but it's good to see British hockey in that way, that there's a good following in Milton Keynes.
What's your favourite away rink?
Oh, that's a tough one.
We'll go with favourite away rink in the league first, before we
In
go
this
beyond
league?
the league. In this league,
Right, okay.
because we've played everywhere.
We have played everywhere.
Everybody home and away now.
Yeah. That's a tough one, Andy. I like playing in Leeds. Leeds is it's a tough environment to play in, same as Milton Keynes. I think they're probably my top two, Leeds and Milton Keynes. I like playing in Romford. There's some of my family lived down in London, so
you get some nice
it's
support
good to see
there.
some support there for the Sharks, and a couple of Sharks jerseys in the stands last time we were down there. But yeah, probably Leeds and Milton Keynes, they're definitely my favourite two.
Like a hostile environment?
Oh, I love it, Andy. Well, if you ask me this next question, I'll tell you my next answer and you'll probably understand why.
Okay, where's your favourite rink out with this league?
Whitley.
It must be because of the salubrious surroundings and how warm the showers are and all the rest. And
It's brilliant. What a
there's
facility.
hardly any issues at
No,
Whitley, is
not
there?
at all, mate. Not at all. Sometimes we've got juice bottles in as a shower heads as well. So
Juice bottles as
juice
a shower
bottles,
head.
Yeah.
I'm learning new things all the
There
time.
you go.
I think I just think they need another bulb or two in their scoreboard, and we'll be able to see what's going on.
Aye. Sometimes it's tough. You got to ask Spud what the score is sometimes just to make sure you're on the right page. But yeah.
But it is one of those ones that's a real hostile.
Yeah, absolutely.
hostile
Absolutely love
environment.
playing in Whitley. There was always tough games when we were there. I think one game we beat them 9-0, which I'll remind the fans about because I love that.
Excellent.
But yeah, that was always loved playing in Whitley. From all the years I've played, I think my first ever goal for the Sharks was in Whitley.
Was it?
It was a absolute muffin from the blue line. Goalie never seen it. Went straight through his legs. But yeah, I'll always remember that one. There was a couple of goals I scored in Whitley, a couple of end-to-end goals, which
I remember a couple of coast-to-coast goals.
good memories of mine as well. So, but yeah, I always loved playing in Whitley. Seem to always play well in Whitley as well, which probably helps the fact.
And you just want to leave having silenced the crowd, I guess.
Yeah, I think the game I scored the first end-to-end goal, we were on the power play. It was like a 4-on-3. And I got the puck on the wall on our end, and I skated through, took it round two guys, and then put it in the net. And just before that, the Whitley fans were shouting "Same old Solway, always cheating" and "Dirty, dirty Solway." So that one, I really liked that one. To be fair,
Brilliant. The only thing I would say, and I know you mentioned the infamous 9-0. I was a bit disappointed with that game.
yeah. So was I. I was expecting to go in and it was be a bit tighter than it was, because I think that was the same season where I think that game that I'm talking about, I think they were up at one point and then we came back. I think it was a close one. It was like 6-4 or a 5-4, something like that. And obviously going down the 9-0 game, we were expecting a tougher game, and I think we were only maybe 1 or 2-0 up in the first period, and then we just kind of took the game with a scruff of the neck and took it to them.
See, that's why I was disappointed. It was 9-0 at the end of the second. We
Was
never
it?
scored any more.
Oh, well wrong then, but yeah.
No, but we did.
I'm sure it was close, yeah.
Slow at the start. I think Boyd scored right early doors, like under a minute.
Yeah.
And we never really looked back, and that lives long in the memory
Yeah,
of
definitely.
everybody that
Remember that one for a
was
while.
there. But what's your favourite then elite rank? Because you've played in all them as well.
I really like playing in Glasgow, to be fair. That was my home for a couple of years. Fans in Glasgow are brilliant. Facility in Glasgow is brilliant. The home room's really nice. It's been done up this year as well, to be fair. For a little sneak peek. We were up training. Big Red was there, and he opened the door for me and let me have a little look in. But yeah, it's the ice is always good in Braehead as well. Sometimes the goal pegs are a bit of a controversy, but that is what it is. I think they've done some stuff to get that sorted as well. But yeah, Glasgow, really like playing in Glasgow. Belfast was always a nice rink to play in. Sometimes family came over, mum and dad came over to Belfast for one of the games last season. They stayed the night there. Cardiff's always a nice rink to play in. Dundee as well. I quite like playing in Dundee as much as it's a bit closer to Glasgow, so the travel was a bit easier. But I played a lot of junior career in Dundee. There was always Scotland training in Dundee. But yeah, Dundee's a nice rink. I love the underfloor heatings in Dundee and the changing rooms, which is
I like that.
Yeah, really like that. If we could get that done down here, that would definitely help me stay. But yeah, Dundee's really nice. Cardiff, Glasgow, Sheffield's good as well.
You're
Big
just
arena.
listing every rink,
Big arena team.
every rink in the elite league now, Liam. Come on.
Nottingham, played in Nottingham for a bit as well. It's a nice rink. But yeah, there's a lot of good rinks in the elite league as well. A lot so that aren't so as good. Manchester's quite a tough place to play. Bit like Whitley, cold showers, changing rooms soaking
It's not
wet,
the greatest
freezing
place to
cold.
watch either, I have to say.
Maybe not. Coventry as well. It's a bit of a tough one. Usually, it's not. Changing rooms are decent enough in Coventry, but the showers are usually cold. It's freezing cold on the bench.
Well, but before you go any further, let's just slow down and talk about Coventry. I hope you're still moaning about Coventry in about a couple of months,
I'm the same
couple of
boat as
months'
you.
time, because
Hope I am as well.
we've got to make the playoffs.
I hope I am too, Andy. Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, playing.
What's your thoughts on it at the minute? Because it looks like any 2 from 3 will get places 7 and 8. It looks maybe team in 6th, maybe just a wee bit far in front. But what's your thoughts on it now?
I mean, I'm still very hopeful. I still think we can make it. Sitting in 8th right now, we're in not in the best position because we're kind of at the lower end. But I think, if we can get a couple of points here and there as we go through this, win 500, above 500, we'll be doing pretty well. As long as we're above that 50% mark on wins to losses, I think it'll then be in our hands, where we don't want to be in a position where we're hoping that other teams get wins and lose here and lose there. I think we want to try and keep it in our hands as much as possible. I mean, it's hockey, you never know what's going to happen. We could get 4 points this weekend, we could get none. I mean, we could get 2, that would be pretty good as well. But I mean, you never know what's going to happen. Obviously, the game at the weekend there with the Bees was disappointing for us. I think we should have took that game. Things didn't go our way. We got some bad bounces, and we covered it in coach's corner. Like it was a tough game. Like I said, things didn't go our way. We didn't play great, but I think we played well enough to win that game if we took more of our chances. But we're going to have to start being a lot more clinical as we come at the business end of this season. Obviously, I think we've got 14 games as we speak to play in the league regulation. So it's I think we need at least 7 wins out of them 14 to push us into the playoffs here.
Everybody's in the same boat, isn't they?
Yeah, 100%.
Points are desperate for everyone. I mean, we're not even looking at the little groups of leagues of who you could get and all the rest of it. We just want to be in that show.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we can get to Coventry so you can moan about it a little bit more.
I'd love that. I'd love to be there in the freezing cold.
Absolutely.
And playing for the Sharks again, yeah.
Right, I'm going to rewind you again because you kind of made an off-the-cuff remark. Yeah, I'll listen to you, Liam. You said if we could get underfloor heating in here, that might persuade you to stay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm going to have to ask you a bit about that. What's going on there? Are you saying you're not staying, or
no?
Discussions ongoing? Is that what we're at?
It's only February, Andy, so there's a lot of season still to play. Obviously, thoughts about next season have been in my head. But I mean, yeah, nothing's set in stone yet. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to go, if I'm going to stay, if I'm going to go as well. But I mean, I'd love to stay. The club's great. It's obviously my home club as well. So it'd be great to stay. Obviously, have a second year at this level in this team. But I mean, I never know. The options are always open.
I think that's when you're a player of your quality and you've played. I mean, you just listed all the rinks that you've played, all the levels that you've played, and you're going to have opportunities. But the club here is on a bit of a journey. First year to find our feet.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're going to kick on for the rest of the season and into next season. But you still talk fondly of Glasgow and your time there, and whenever you look at social media, fans love you.
Yeah, I mean, I was just having this conversation in the car with Curtis. Like, the fans in Glasgow are really hard to please, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of pleasing them. I always look at Twitter after games because I love like looking through social media, and there might be the odd time there's a little bad word said about me, but very rarely you find anything that's bad about you on social media, especially from the fans in Glasgow. So that's it's good for me, I guess, being almost a fan favourite up there. I mean, now that I've left, they might not like me as much, but I mean, if I do go back, they might take to me again. I
think you left with dignity, but this isn't a challenge, didn't be putting in a negative on his Twitter feed just to annoy him. But I'm hopeful that you'd consider another season here. We're going to have these contract negotiations kind of live on our podcast. We can't really do this, but you've been a key part of that. This season for us. What games have you enjoyed the most this season?
There's been too many to remember, Andy, to be honest.
What's been your favourite game?
That's a question. My favourite game? I think the whole game at home where we came back in the last 2 minutes, we were 2 goals down. I think that was probably quite a special one. And did we win that in overtime? Yeah, we won that in overtime.
Won in overtime.
Yeah. The Dunny special.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that was probably my favourite game so far.
Excellent. And what game do you feel you've played the best in?
That's a tough one.
This is my job to ask tough questions, Liam. Come on. You've been on here a number of times.
Pick a best game. mean, I try and be as consistent as I can through the season. Obviously, playing as well as I can every game. I put 100% in every game. I've only had a couple man of matches this year. I think Leeds away, where we got beat. I think that was a 3-1. It was quite a close game, that one. Maybe 3-2. And I feel like I played pretty well in that one. Also got awarded man of the match, so whoever was picking man of the match kind of seen the same as I did. But yeah, I watch my Instat back every time, and I'm pretty hard on myself, so I can't really say I play well every game because there's always a little mistake here or there.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're a bit more clinical than others. Sometimes they lead to goals, sometimes they don't. But I never really feel like I play 100% every single game. There's always little things I'd like to improve on every game, and I mean everyone's the same. There's always games where you play better than others. There's always games where you think you could have done other things, but maybe at the time you don't really realise that.
That's how you keep getting better, isn't
Well,
it?
exactly. If you never made mistakes, you'd be perfect, and nobody is.
And you have to be a wee bit easy on yourself for man of the match because you're playing alongside Olivier, and
Well, exactly.
he's. I've not checked this, but I'm guessing he's had more man of the matches than anybody else this
think,
season
yeah,
because he's been outstanding, hasn't
He's
he?
racking them up, to be fair. It's a privilege to play alongside him. He's, I mean, I didn't really know what to expect coming in. Obviously, him coming out of university, but he's came in and he's tore this league up. To be fair, he's. I wouldn't be surprised if he got some offers higher up.
I think he's must be up there 2 or 3 top scoring defensemen in the
He's
league.
definitely in the top 5.
You must be fairly near the top of non-import defensemen in terms of points.
I think I'm in the top 10 defensemen in the league, so overall. But I don't know about being non-import. I think I'll be pretty high, maybe top 4, top 5, someone about there.
So even though you're maybe not always happy with your performance, you're obviously doing something right.
It's always good to score a point for the team. I mean, winning to me is bigger than any points individually, but I mean, it's good to get the goal to maybe push players on to get their goal or to make the team win. And obviously getting assists is always good as well. Seeing somebody else score after you've passed it to them is always a good little feeling for you.
Yeah. You're obviously as well, even though it's your birthday today, so happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
But you're one of the more senior players in terms of you've got a letter on your shirt, and you've probably been on the ice more because obviously Struan's club captain, but he's maybe not iced as much as he has in previous years. So a lot of that role of liaising with officials and getting explanations has maybe landed to you or some of your other colleagues. How have you been finding that?
I quite enjoy it, to be fair. I always, playing for the Sharks before I had a letter, I'd always try and speak to the refs and they just look at me like a piece of dirt. So it's nice to actually get some back and forth for them now. I mean, speaking to the refs is always kind of a tough job because you can't go in shouting at them because they're just going to ignore you. So you've got to go in, you've almost got to be as civil as you can. I mean, sometimes you're not very happy with a decision and you've got to go in and ask them to explain to you why they've made that decision because everyone's human. Sometimes they make mistakes, sometimes they admit to that, sometimes they don't. You know what I mean? You've got to go over and with open eyes and say, why have you made that call? Can you explain that to me? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't want to speak to you, and that's just the way it is. If they don't want to speak to you, they don't want to speak to you, and that's the end of it. You can't argue with them because then you end up getting penalties and it just kind of hinders your team. So it's good to finally get that kind of back and forth with them and a bit more respect almost as getting that letter on your chest, and it shows that you can speak to them and they'll speak back to you and the best way they can.
That was almost an exemplary answer for what it says in the rule book because it started here, kind of looked through the rule book, see what it is, and when it says liaising with and interacting with officials, the phrase around "can you explain that?" to me is the right phrase to use. Luckily, we've not had any problems with officials this year at all, have we?
No, not at all. And I think they've been absolutely brilliant.
Superb. We'll just leave it at that. That was the 15th take for that bit there before we started laughing. No, in all seriousness, it is good that you're doing that. That's something you're looking to continue doing wherever your future career takes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, growing up, I've always felt like I've been quite a leader. I got roles with Scotland teams, assistant captains, captaincies. I think from under 13s all the way through, I was captain every second year, and then under 17s I was assistant in my first year, and I captained my second year as well. So,
the captain of GB,
captain of Great Britain as well, which is a massive privilege. It was amazing to do that on an international stage. Obviously, I've never been captain at a senior level, which might come, might not. I don't know. It's not my decision to make. But even in Glasgow, being a young kid in front of 15 different imports, I always said what I needed to say. If I needed to say something, I'd say it. and I always felt like on the ice I work hard, so I kind of lead by example as well, which is a big thing of mine. I've always worked hard, always will work hard. I mean, even on and off the ice, like you said, doing the school visits and stuff, I'm always first to volunteer to go and do that. So I do enjoy it, but I know somebody needs to do it. Somebody needs to take that job and kind of run with it. And I don't mind doing that. Like I said, I enjoy it, so it kind of helps with that bit.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you so much for coming along and talking hockey with us. We know you would talk hockey all afternoon.
Absolutely.
But instead of doing the final message to fans, I'm going to do it a little bit different
Right, okay.
for you. So have a wee think about what I might do. Whilst I say to the fans, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe to the video channel and hit that notifications bell as well, so that when podcasts like Liam's comes out, you'll be the first to know. But Liam, as a senior player, and the fact that you're going around schools and all the rest of that, I want a message to the younger fans and to the younger kids who are thinking of getting into hockey.
Well, that's a good one, Andy. Come along, give it a try. I mean, like if you're like me, you'll try it once and you'll never leave. But yeah, come along, give it a try. We've got the Learn to Play programme. Obviously, if I come into your school, you can ask me any questions you want. But yeah, come along, give it a try. Hopefully, like me, you'll love it and you stick at it, and you make a career out of it.
Fantastic. Number 10, Liam Stenton, thank you so much for coming along and speaking to us today. This is Andy Glenn saying cheerio.